how does AI detect threats in real time? That's a very interesting question that a lot of our clients ask us. So let me explain a little bit. There is a behavioral analytics that is basically monitoring what the user behaves like. It's basically track and analyzes the user activities to detect unusual or suspicious action effectively. It is using insider threat detection. It's a huge thing these days, which basically it flags abnormal access pattern to sensitive data. Somebody that is in the accounting department or somebody who is in the tech support department don't need to have access to the other department. It will identify that as a potential inside threat and compromised accounts. So if your account, your CFO account has been hacked, for example, and nobody knows about it, all of a sudden that account is requesting access or accessing folders of clients' data that usually the CFO or the bookkeeping department doesn't have any reason to access, it will raise a flag and will be potentially identifying that as a compromised account. And that's a very amazing way to save a lot of potential damages. And adaptive security for the SMB, basically behavioral analytics, will provide the SMB with evolving security that does adapt to new threat dynamically. You don't need to continue updating and teaching your security software, your AI-based security software with what is considered good or not good or normal or not normal. So how does AI detect threats in real time? It also uses the anomaly detection. It will identify those. It will basically attempt to stop those from continuing. It will use continuous learning, which is a huge benefit that AI will bring to the table. And some of the benefits, again, here is that faster threat identification and response will drastically reduce the damage and will help maintain operations. You're not going to have as much downtime, if any, and of course, the integrity of your business. And we're going to look at a couple other options that we're going to want to consider here, that real-time response. The automatic threat detection will also come with instant mitigation, a huge time saver, and of course, alerts and notifications. It will know at what time of day, who to notify, who will most likely be available, who is on standby. It can look at your calendars. It can look at your standby engineer or who is your provider that needs to be alerted, and some of those other benefits related to that. And of course, it will minimize disruption by having those features. Let's look at a couple of example tools over here. So real-time threat detection. One of the things that we use and pretty industry standard today is called Datto Antivirus. It does provide real-time threat detection and automated response tailored for small, mid-sized businesses. There's also another tool from Datto called Datto EDR. It uses AI to analyze endpoint behavior and detect basically emergent cyber threats very effectively. That's the behavior that I mentioned before of, all of a sudden we have 200 Word documents open unexpectedly, or 500 documents are renamed all of a sudden on a server that's not normal. That's a behavior issue. Somebody's logging in to a server they're not supposed to or never have before. We get alerts and we know what to do automatically or manually to address those. And there's also machine learning network monitoring. This is another item from a company called Kaseya, which owns Datto. And this is basically a tool that will leverage machine learning to monitor network activities and identify other behavioral anomalies.